this Mallorca Insiders episode, I'm joined by Shirley Roberts from Sóller Web, the go-to guide for life in the Sóller Valley. Shirley and I chat about everything from the difficulties of dining solo to the role of the Anglican Church in the local community. With her trademark warmth and insight, Shirley shares stories that make Sóller feel like home, whether you're a visitor, a resident, or just curious about this special corner of Mallorca. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome back to the studio. My lovely friend from the north.
I'm a friend from the north, yes.
Hi, Sóller, Shirley.
Hello, Vicky.
How are you? Thou?
I'm good, I think. Yeah, I am.
We
In
made
fact,
it.
I've just had a coffee over the road here and sat in the most glorious breeze. It's fantastic today, isn't it?
It's so nice. We're post storm. For anybody that knows about the big old dampening moment that Mallorca had recently, 50 millimetres of water in an hour. That's a lot,
for your bit of the island.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Not for us. No.
You know, I woke up in the middle of the night on that must have been Tuesday night. It was raining on my face because my roof leaked.
You've got leaking roof. Yeah, Sollier's full of leaking roofs. I tell you.
Like, what? Yeah, so I woke up because the rain woke me up, not because of the sound, but because my face was wet.
Sounds like my bus journey.
Yes.
Things leak here. We're not ready for the water.
They do.
They really do leak, yeah.
And so the rain has made everyone really happy.
Yes.
Especially up in Sóller, I imagine, because you did have a water restriction, didn't you?
Well, we have a water shortage warning, and we still have that because we did not get as much rain up there as you got down here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We got really good rain, fantastic rain. It's cleaned the streets, and it's given us some looking earth now, wet earth.
Yeah.
And the potential that all that yellow stuff might eventually turn green again and become grass, And that's a few more deluges yet to come. But we didn't have as much as you, and nobody up our way is saying our problem is over. But it was a big help.
Because I know Deià up there, that way, gets very damp and murky in the winter. Does Sóller do the same thing?
Well, we're in a bit of a dip, so you will get some sort of murkiness. But Deià is really odd because they have imported water all summer, always.
Where do they get it from?
Well, in great big white trucks that come from down here.
Right. So it's
they always have they have got a serious water problem every summer. So, what we're getting the glimpse of that might come our way is what Deià's been living with for years. So there are communities that still depend very much on imported water.
I imagine it's hard for people that don't live here to imagine what it's like. I remember back in 1976.
Back in the day.
When we had a big drought. Were you living in the UK then?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Do you remember that year?
Yeah, I do. When ladybirds. An infestation of ladybirds everywhere on the beach,
I don't remember the ladybirds.
The ladybird infestation.
I remember the lawn cracking.
That was really weird. Yeah.
But I was such a surprise, wasn't it, that year when it was like, I remember there was a hosepipe ban and everything, and it was really quite concerning to be like that. This limitless resource has a limit.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been through that, you won't understand, I guess.
Well, other people won't. I remember that bit. But as far as here is concerned, we hear of. In fact, if you look on just even Google how many areas of Mallorca are subject at the moment to water restrictions, there are more than you think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sóller gets the mention. Deià always does have in the summer. But according to something I was reading the other day, I think there are 8 other areas on the island who are pre-drought restrictions too.
Gosh.
So I think it's, we do get to be a little bit local here. We think that the world revolves around us. Of course it does.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, past the tunnel. We're the island within an island, but I am very conscious that there's 80% of the island that's not us, and there are other places that have been having restrictions.
How's the summer been for you guys up there? Has it been as tough as we thought it was going to be with all the visitors in the tunnel and?
Well, I think that the perception of everyone is that they read the sound bites. So you read the sound bites, you think we are. Everyone is at war with each other, that the visitors are not welcome. This is all such absolute rubbish.
Yes.
Because things change on a daily basis. We in Sóller like most great places on the island, have the same problem when it's murky or rainy. People can't stay on the beach or by their pool if they're on holiday, so they go off into Palma, cause huge traffic jams, or they come to Sóller, cause huge traffic jams, or they go to wherever it is they're near, their largest conurbation, and spend some money and time. And then, of course, it becomes, the locals can't get where they need to go, my child didn't get to school on time, all these stories which are equally true. But they happen because of the weather. And so that's one side of things. The other side of things is that our poor town hall, I mean, I'm not usually sorry for politicians. But
No.
I am not. But there are times when you think, who would want to do this job? Because whatever they do, they're wrong. Whatever they do. And so there's been a huge amount of work done on the car parks in the Sóller Valley. We've now got car parks springing up all over the place, and for 50% of the time at least, or maybe even 70%, they're either empty or half full.
That sounds like paradise.
Oh, yeah.
You have to park where you want.
Well, exactly.
Lovely.
Exactly. But you won't get that. You won't get that comment, because on the days that the car parks are overflowing, then there'll be somebody out with a camera, or there's or Tres will pop up and to take a picture or two and say, "Oh, it's terrible in Sóller, it's saturated." But it is busy. Yes, of course, it's busy.
I love Sóller. I really, I know the town better than I know the port, a lot better actually. I like going up there and acting like I'm a chic European. Well, I love it when the tram goes through the middle. That is so cool when it goes through the middle of the square. I mean, who wouldn't want to visit and see that? I mean, exactly. If I was coming on holiday here, I'd be like, I'm going to that Sóller place. Totally would want to go.
I think that's absolutely right. And also, people need to understand that although the tram is a tourist and is priced as a tourist attraction, it's not a public transport as it once was. In my time there, it was public transport, and we all paid a couple of pesetas. And that's all changed since the tunnel opened. And I think we probably discussed this before. But the main thing is that it's closed for a month a year, all right? From the middle of December until January, sometimes till the 1st of February. It closes for staff holidays and for renovations of the machinery and the track. So that means that you can come and get on the tram in November or February or March. You don't have to do it in the middle of the summer. And in fact, I feel really sorry for the people that do, because they must be roasting.
Must be hot.
Yeah, very hot, yeah.
But it's like at Christmas time, I like going up to Sóller to visit as well, because it's such a pretty place to mooch around and have a coffee, and I love it. What's the name of that road? Is it Calle Luna? The one with all the arty-farty shops on it?
The Luna is our main shopping street. And in the past, until recently, it would have divided up between maybe 30 or 40% tourist stuff, and the rest were shops that local people needed. In the last 2 years, the shops that local people need have been largely sold on due to retirement.
Oh.
Not because anyone's had a fit of pique and stamped their foot or anything like that, but because it's been in the butchers, the bakers, and almost the candlestick makers, but certainly a butcher and baker.
You can definitely get candles.
You could definitely get candles there. You can. Every other shop will sell you candles.
And a nice greeting card.
Actually, we're still a bit short on the card. But as far as the people are concerned, the ones that have moved on, their children don't want to take over their shops. They've got other things that they want to do. And so something that's been in the family for 2 generations is not going to go into a third. And so at that point, some mum and dad, grandparents or whoever, are going to decide, well, what we're going to do now? Are we going to let this, are we going to rent out this premises and have an income, or are we going to sell it all together and do something completely different? And that has happened in about, I would say, probably about 5 or 6 cases. So it makes quite a difference to that street, because the people waiting in the wings to open something are not local businesses. They are, there's some very interesting shops with a little eye to the locals, but a bigger eye to the tourists that walk through. Yeah, it's
a great shopping street for Christmas presents, though.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
Like if you're looking for something for some hard to buy
person,
it is, so you can get down there and find something.
I love the Luna, and also because of the scale of Sóller, where you've got one central square that everything comes off at. I look at Sóller Square like the Placa of Sóller, like a film set. Right?
Yeah.
So you look at the film set, and you've got exit right, exit left, exit behind you, exit the other side of behind you, and everybody is coming into the square from all these different directions, and they're all coming from a different place. So the people coming over there have just dropped their kids off from school. The people that are over there are just coming down the alley because they've got off the train. The people from up there are actually coming because they live towards the cemetery in that area, and they're popping into town to do whatever they're doing. And then the other exit is into the Luna itself, so straight into the shopping street. So to me, I sit there, and I'm like a film director, and I'm saying, exit right, exit left, exit this, exit that.
Where do you sit then? Where's your favourite? I mean, like,
yeah.
You can't have favourites, suppose, do you? But do you have like a cafe that you habitually go to?
I've got three probably, and two of them go back to when I first went there. So I have an absolute loyalty to Cafe Central, or Sóller and Deià, which is our slightly older person's centre. So you'll always get the characters in there. So I go and play Mahjong, or we'll play that in there, or sometimes I'll play Rummy Cub with friends in there, because it's that kind of place. It's a cultural centre that other guys on the other tables might be playing chess. So this is very much a place for, it's an organisation. It's a cafe anyone can use, but people sign up for the facilities there, and it's open all year because it's a local centre.
So it's a community centre kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Like they call it the third age, don't they?
It's not that.
It's
We've
not
got
that
another one of those.
Oh, you got another one?
We've got another one of those. No, the third age centre is undergoing some renovations, the whole site of that, which is now where the library is, and also where the third age centre is. And they do have a building where all sorts of other activities go on. So, yeah, people, if they say that, are you going to the club tonight, that's what they would be referring to,
Gotcha.
the third age club. But there's two centres in Sóller that are, there's a name for them. It's an association for the cultural enhancement of the town. So you pay your €40 a year. So if you go into my one that I'd play cards in or whatever, then if you went upstairs, you could use the internet room, or you could have a meeting.
Okay.
And in the other one,
how cool!
Yeah, and then we have another centre like that, where again downstairs is a very busy, popular restaurant, and upstairs you go and play pool.
Just hustle for some.
Yeah, exactly. So no, we are. If you get to know exactly what's going on, there's all sort of bits of my film set.
Yeah,
I could have a film with each in my this whole area of what's really going on there, and the ladies who lunch, and the ladies who coffee, and the people that are always there by 9 o'clock and think that if you don't get out till 11:30, you're lazy baggage.
Well, there is something to be said. When I get up early in the morning, I drive from my house to the gym, be it like 6:30, 20 to 7 that I'm going to leave the village, so I can get to the gym for 7. And there's always people in our local bar, and it's always the same people.
And I bet they've got a brandy as well.
Probably.
And the coffee. Although maybe they're still there from the night before.
No, they'll get kicked out. But there's definitely having a cadillo.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of like the rhythm of the cafes is really interesting.
Yeah. Indeed.
So now that, now kids have gone back to school, how does Sóller change? Like, presumably, like the vast majority of the visitors, family-wise, are gone.
Oh yeah, we're in our busiest season now.
But now you've got all the grown-ups here.
Yeah. So the children went back to school in the Sóller Valley today. Bye
kids. Thanks very much.
But the routine changes because yes, families have gone, except there are still plenty of young families with babies that haven't gone back to school. So there's still a few babies around. But otherwise, the vibe is completely different. It's couples. And in fact, it's my latest passion that I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah?
And that's the table for one.
Oh, tell me.
Table for one. Now, I've started doing some writing on table for one because I was watching what was going on in my little vacation. I've just come back from where have I been? I've been to Porto Colom.
Oh, nice.
And I was watching, I do watch everything all the time.
Were you sitting in the corner?
Well, I wasn't even sitting in the
Sucking a
corner because I
pencil?
refuse to sit in a corner.
Okay.
If I'm on my own, I refuse to sit in a corner. I'm not ashamed of being on my
But
own.
I like having my back to the wall so I can
we all
get a
have-
proper
no,
view.
I agree with that. And back to the wall is fine. But I met somebody in Portugalom, and we were having a big chat about being on your own. This lady was recently widowed, and I was talking to her about my experience. She's a really lovely person, and we had a good time. But she was talking about her life in Portugalom, and she said, "Do you know?" She said, "I like food. I enjoy food. I cook for my friends, and we eat out a lot. And this is one of the biggest shocks to my system in becoming an unexpected widow."
Oh, was it not on the cards?
No, it wasn't an elderly widow at all.
Oh, I'm sorry for her.
So yeah, very, very, very tough. And so this lady says, "Today I was in my house and I thought, I just want to go out tonight. Where shall I go?" And
I know that feeling so well.
Where can I go and where will I enjoy without feeling that I'm a spare part and I'm not welcome? Anyway, so she looked up her favourite restaurant in that area to make a reservation, only to find that you can't make a reservation online for one person. They will not accept. Most of the systems that people use do not accept.
From two.
They start from two. They're not encouraging one person. Now, she knows, because she has lived there a long time, that if she turns up at a restaurant as a lone person and says table for one, then 99% of the time they're going to be saying, "Lovely, welcome, come in, sit down."
Yeah.
They're not going to turn her away.
No.
But you can't, it appears that you can't book a one-person reservation. So I wrote about this on Sóller Web, and I'm really surprised, the reactions. And that is that...
Have you uncovered something there,
No,
Shirley?
it's just the fact that there's something got to be done about this, because this is wrong. The percentage of lone travellers that come to Mallorca must never feel that they're not welcome, or they're second-class citizens, or they can't get a reservation online. This is ridiculous. I'm on a mission.
There's a scheme in Olive. I always get it wrong. Is it the Olive Tree, Olive Garden?
Oh, yes,
They have
yes.
something called, I think it's Martha's Table. So if you ask to sit on Martha's Table, it's like a big group table, and it's like around, it can be 1, 2, whatever people there, and you are just joining that table. So there is some kind of thing going on in Palma and Sóller.
Yeah. No, I've read about that system, and I think it's very good if you are of the mindset that says, "I'm going to take potluck and sit down and not know who I'm going to talk to."
Yeah.
I mean, if you're sitting on your table for one, and nearby is another table for one, and you get engaged in conversation, you're making a choice. Whereas if you're joining a table that's potentially going to have 6 or 8 people, and that means you're forced to talk whether you want to or not.
True.
And I think it does have its place. Don't get me wrong, I do think it has its place, but there's something wrong in an island that is completely centred on hospitality if they haven't moved on into the single person booking, because so many people are travelling as single people.
You're right.
And so therefore, if you want to have dinner, you don't want, and the staff, I mean, this is another thing, another thing that's caught my imagination with writings this last few weeks as well. And that is, when you go to a restaurant, what do you remember most about it? Was it the food or was it the welcome?
Normally the service, yeah.
Exactly. Service first, no matter what, you haven't even put a bite in your mouth. And so therefore, the training of those staff to welcome you and make you feel like the best person in the world, and they're so grateful that you've chosen this restaurant to come and eat.
Yeah.
And we look forward to serving you throughout the whole experience.
Okay, I'm going to say something here, though. Mallorca's great on so many levels, but the service staff need a lot of education. Don't you think? I had Salwa from Ma Maison in here last week. We were talking about exactly that, because the experience of going to a restaurant is about experiencing the restaurant. It's not about having the food.
No,
it's
food
about
is
being
second.
treated nicely.
I agree.
And I'm going to say that even as a couple or as a family, you know, you don't necessarily get that experience.
Well, you've got two things here going on. On the first, and I can give you some Sóller experiences here. In the Institute of Sóller, which is our high school, our only high school, they have a huge department that is for training hotel staff.
Oh.
Okay, so this is a very important area of training in our world. And they have... you can go and experience the food that's cooked and the service provided by this group of students. They open every Thursday for lunch. So you book there, and for, I can't remember how much it cost, but maybe it was 12 or 15 euros or something. And that you make a reservation and they serve you this immaculate 4 or 5 course meal that has been cooked by the students and also served by the students. So they're being trained on every level. Well, their training is exactly how it should be done. This is professional training to a high standard. Now, so that's one side of what's going on in the training world, even where I live. The other side is, I'm going to go and work the summer in my mum's cafe.
Yes.
Right? And I'm going to hold you, when I put your glass down with full of wine, I'm going to do this. And for those that can't see me, I'm putting my fingers at the top
all
of
over
the glass.
The rim.
Right? All over the rim, and I'm going to put that down there. Oh, I hope I won't bang it like that. But I'm going to do that because I can. Because I'm helping them out. And
you don't know any better.
And I don't know any better. I've never been trained. I don't care much because come September I'm going to do something else. I'm off to university somewhere and I'll come back next summer and I'll do a bit of this as well. Now, what saves them is usually that mum and dad, with lots of experience, are mopping up behind them and turning on the charm. But it's too big a gap. You can't have the highly trained and the no-trained. There's got to be something in the middle. And so I'm afraid that if someone doesn't get hold of the idea that you're paying these days often 70 euros for dinner and you're being served by a clown, then we've got a problem.
We do have a problem.
And if we don't look after our single travellers or our lone travellers or people who choose to dine alone, it's not always a reason for it. It's because I want to have dinner and I want to sit on the edge of the square. I want to absorb and I want to think, I'm not lonely and I'm not crying. I just need good service.
I like that. I like taking myself off out and about and just sitting. And I think it's a very good place to get new ideas and clear your head.
I can't manage without doing that. I need to. So it's my mantra. I've said it before. Boringly, we'll say it again. Get up, get dressed, get out. Because no one's going to come and knock on your door with a story.
You've got to get out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the solution? So better training and also just like raise awareness about this trend?
I think that certainly I think someone needs to get hold of the trend of how we look after the lone traveller. Because actually it could be one of the biggest selling points we've got, that this island is safe, people can travel here on their own, they can come here and be welcomed, they can have wonderful food experiences and drink experiences. It's all here. It is here.
What about the Sóller Web Lone Traveller Awards?
Well, yeah, we could do that, couldn't we?
You could.
We could. Because the Sóller Web Lone Traveller... Well, I'll tell Tracy about that. Tracy, I hope you're listening to this.
Because you could, that's a great way of highlighting it and then rewarding, or at least recognising people that are doing it well.
Yes. I mean, I think if you have this conversation with the hotel managers or the restaurant managers or senior staff within good restaurants, they will all 100% agree with you that this is necessary. But you put them into reality situation where their staff through the summer changes every 6 weeks, depending on who comes in and which cafe down the road is offering more money, and so they'll all move on. And they'll say, yes, we completely agree, but we haven't got the staff that we can do it.
Yeah, all the time to teach them.
All the time to teach. Now, all the time to teach them, I think, is a real cop-out. Because I'm afraid if you employ a new group of staff every 6 weeks, then you have to find someone that would train them every 6 weeks. It can't be, I can't be bothered now if the season's half empty. Well, not half empty, certainly not half empty, but half over.
I mean, in Sóller, you've got and pretty much all of Mallorca. We've got all of September and all of October to go. And now is when we get the lone travellers and the older couples coming, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like, you know. And I mean, my mum's coming over in a couple of weeks with her sister, and then she's staying on her own after that. You know, she is a lone traveller. She's going to leave her husband where he is, because it's very hard to travel with him now. But yeah, she's going to be expecting to be treated nicely, and why shouldn't she? She'll tip you nicely if you treat her nicely. You know,
Well,
it's like it's
exactly,
good
but
for
I mean,
business.
we're raising this today, but you could exactly use her as a guinea pig to see what her experiences are.
Send her off.
Send her off.
Secret shopper.
Yeah. I'm a secret lone diner. I will report on you.
Well,
Why not?
Let's make a hit list.
Well, I mean, let's make some noise about this, because it applies all over the island. This is nothing to do with Sóller alone. And in fact, we've got some examples of exactly the opposite, you know, where people bend over backwards and they can't do enough for you. We've got some glorious stories of what happens. But, yeah, for that lady yesterday, or day before yesterday, that I met, can't make a reservation online like she used to do with her husband if she was booking for two, and she's not sure of the welcome she got. Well, she got fantastic welcome in this particular restaurant in Porto Colom. That wasn't a problem in the end, but you have to put your big girl knickers on, don't you? You have to breathe in and say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go in there. It's the table for one, please.
But also, if you're grieving and you're feeling sad, and like, you know, everything, the universe, in inverted commas, is sending you all this. It's a couple's world messages, and then you can only make a reservation for two people. You know, it can be a bit soul destroying as well. It can make you feel sad.
Very, very sad.
You know, because you can just make a reservation for two, show up and wing it and say, actually, it's just for me, but I've got a table. Thanks very much. Because we all know, like, a table for two is the same size as a table for one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, so it's not like going to mess up the restaurant's booking system. But it's more like the symbolicness of it, I think. It's like the situations that you can't just have one.
Well, I think the thing is, if you were doing the sums, if you were just, I'm not talking about the people on the ground, but if you are the guy in the office above looking down on his domain, think, well, that table is going to be worth €200 to me tonight. One person on there, it's worth €100 to me tonight. That's what he's doing.
But you can also turn that table if you're a good restaurant.
Well, you can turn the table, absolutely. And how many tables that are for four can be squeezed to five sometimes, or six? I mean, we see it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, people. So in many ways, you should be able to, if you're doing the sums in that way, it swings and roundabouts. For every one person sitting on their own, you've got five round that table.
The Vicky and Shirley hospitality consultation.
Easy.
It's open for business.
Open for business. Well, I hope our flag is taken up, because I think it is something that if we don't get our head around this, other countries will.
Yeah, I mean, like, Mallorca's got to play catch up after a couple of dodgy years, basically, hasn't it?
Well, the publicity hasn't been the greatest, and now exactly what's happening to try and reverse that trend is becoming ridiculous. I mean, some of the comments on Sóller Web from my friends, I love to read their opinions, but one that caught me yesterday was that someone was complaining about the anti-tourism rhetoric that appears sometimes, and this lady said, "But no, you're wrong. You know, the local people aren't anti-tourists. They're anti their government for not sorting the housing situation out sooner." Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry, that may be 100% true, but that's not what the poster says.
Yeah.
And that's not what people are experiencing. So how are they supposed to interpret what this is supposed to be?
Right, the same in our Facebook group. We're still getting the are the riots finished in Palma?
The riots. What riots were they?
Well, there weren't any. It was like water pistols.
The water pistols that happened in Barcelona.
Yeah. Oh, they did happen here.
Oh, did they happen here? Right.
There was two people that got shot by a water pistol back in May or June, and there's questions still come up. And it's because it's like the British media in particular likes churning that up again.
Yeah, they do, don't they? They love it. I mean, they need to change the record. This is now getting frankly boring. Because we are on the verge, you know, you put the hospitality vibe, which runs down both our backs, is the idea here. Here we are, we've got the conference. ABTA conference,
it's coming.
Magaluf.
Yes. Are you going?
I will, I definitely will, because I just think it's tremendous. But then you get the rhetoric on that where people don't understand what this is. This is so important.
It's in my diary. I don't know if I'll actually know. Don't actually know if I'm allowed to attend.
Well, it can happen on by. Just turn up.
Pop in.
Pop in. Oh, table for two? No, just one, thanks. I'm going. Oh dear.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I think that this place has got so much to offer, and it does so much so well that it's really sad when we're even talking like this, because it comes back to the fundamentals, and that you can't get professionals without having some training. I know there's lots of bright people that have done everything without any training at all, and they've learnt things on the job, but that's usually taken them a while. If you want an
they
effect,
mess up before they get perfect.
They do, and so did we all. And so that's the idea that someone out there actually agrees with this and sorts it out, because otherwise the robots will take over.
Ollie would love that, actually. He's totally into robot pets at the moment.
Pets?
Yeah, he's got this whole thing about next dog we get has to be a robot. And then instead of pooing in the back garden, it will leave him a fun-sized Mars bar.
You're right. You know what to get him for Christmas then, do you? Actually, I've had the first Christmas inquiries. Have you got some Christmas inquiries yet?
For?
Well, no, I mean, it's just started coming
events.
Now, first of all, we start with the lottery, don't we?
Yeah.
Right. So we get El Gordo, which is
and El
on the
Niño.
22nd, and on the 22nd of December.
Yeah.
Right. So once you start seeing those lottery tickets appear in the lottery shops, you know that Christmas is on the horizon. Mm-hmm. So come into September, the lottery shops will sell you their El Gordo tickets. So El Gordo in Sóller is big news, because on that day, you know what happens? Everyone turns up at the bar on the 22nd. They drink their coffee and brandy while they watch on television the draw, because the draw takes all morning, and they sing a song every time that it's drawn, and it's the children that draw these tickets, and it takes forever because there's so many prizes.
Plenty of time for more brandy.
Plenty of time for more brandy. So the 22nd starts Christmas for many people, because they've got their fill of it. But you can get your tickets now. You can buy your tickets now.
First Christmas hangover.
El Gordo. That's the first thing. And so then an inquiry came in yesterday about when are the Christmas lights being turned on?
Oh, that's the kind of questions you're on about.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
So,
I had the first one was, are mince pies available in Mallorca? I was like, yeah.
well, they will be. Well, maybe they are. Maybe Nice Price has already got them. I'm not sure.
Probably has stuffed away in the back somewhere.
So mince pies. And then I got. So I know about the lights. So they will come on in Palma around the 24th of November, and they will come on in Sóller around the 7th of December. So that's it. As far as, and then someone says, what about the Illusion Fair? Well, the Illusion Fair.
What is that?
We're full of illusions in Sóller.
What is the Illusion Fair?
Well, you know the 2 bank holidays you get at the beginning of August. So, right?
August or December?
August. I'm talking about December on my brain.
You're talking about the 6th and the 8th.
The 6th and the 8th of December.
And the 7th is like this imaginary day that everyone takes off.
That's right. Yeah. So the 6th and the 8th of December, around this period, is where the lights do come on in Sóller, and we have an illusion fair. So for those days, as fun for the kids and fun for anybody that's around celebrating at that time, you get a few magic acts, or you get a stilt walker or two.
Really?
Or you do all sorts of funny things.
Magic up there.
You can get a bit of magic. It's magic. Yeah.
Is it in the square, or where is it?
Oh yeah. It will always be in the square in front of the town hall and the church.
Like street performers then?
Yeah.
Street performance.
Yeah, you get street performance, or things, hoops and things that the children can play with and join in, and so the illusion fair is quite important to us, and the lights go on at that time, and then after that, that's when the tram closes down for the winter for its 6 weeks.
So you don't get the tram through Christmas?
No. Actually, that's not quite true. No, we do have an exception.
Father Christmas has to ride in on the tram at some point, surely.
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, the tram runs through from Sóller to the port all night.
Nice.
Free.
Even better.
Free. So that's its Christmas gift to us. Yes.
I love the tram. Okay, so what's going on in Sóller in the next sort of month, 6 weeks that people should be popping up for? Is there anything that you want to recommend?
Yeah, major.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's have it.
So, do you know about the Habaneras?
Nope.
Okay. Well, the Habaneras is a musical genre which the Puerto Rican fishermen that were in exile from Mallorca created. It's a musical genre that is so popular in Catalonia. Right, so if you go down from all the beaches from Girona down Palafrugell, all the whole beaches, the whole down that area, you'll have huge concerts on the beach for the Habaneras, and they consist of a group, usually dressed in something maritime, and they will sing their laments of how life isn't as good in Puerto Rico as it was back in Mallorca and how they wish to get back here.
Okay.
So that's the soul of what they're doing.
Why did they go to Puerto Rico?
Because there was famine and because there was awfulness here and they had to leave.
It's a long way to go.
It was a long way to go. But they also went to France and different
Cuba
other places.
as well.
Cuba. Oh yeah, there's all this kind of connection.
The Andritzos all went to Cuba.
Yeah, exactly.
And we did have Habaneros in Port Andrach during the fiesta for the Fisherman's Fiesta. So yes, I should know. But because I remember looking it up, thinking, I don't know what that is.
Well, the Habaneras, that's its root. It comes from the fishermen that are lamenting not living here all the time.
And being a musical type, Shirley, you will appreciate this kind of thing.
Oh yes. Now it goes a bit weird. Well, first of all, let me give you the facts before I give you my opinion. The facts are that for the last 13 years, the Habaneras capital of Mallorca is the Repic beach of the port of Sóller.
Okay, is that controversial?
No, it's not. Well, it was controversial one year because the other end of the port wanted it as well. So they tried it down there, it didn't work. So they're back at the Repic now.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of, that's just a little step into the past. So the Habaneras is actually these days, in the early days, it was a shack on the beach and with a bit of a stage and a bit of a tacky plug somewhere. These days, Truey do it.
Oh wow, it's a bit of a setup.
Oh yes, so we've got Truey doing the staging, the lighting, the sound, the everything.
Nice though.
Very, very nice.
Truey is for anyone who doesn't know, Truey are like a production company here that do live events, and they actually have the Truey Theatre.
Yeah, they do. It's great theatre.
Yeah, which is in north of Palma.
Indeed, yeah. Somewhere up in or around there, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, perfect thing. Anyway, so they've been doing the production for the last few years, and I'll tell you, it's something else. This is really something else. Anyway, so the groups come in from various places around Catalonia, and then we've got some local groups as well that are Habanera singers. And so people that know this genre, they travel all over the place for it. You'll have people coming in from Barcelona and everything, especially for this. So the event actually happens on the 20th and 21st, Saturday and Sunday, the 20th and 21st of this month, September.
Oh.
Right. So not this weekend, but the following weekend.
I'll have to send Ollie up because I'm going to be in Manchester taking Gigi back.
Uh-huh. Well, this is a very exciting time. Now, those of us that live there, we have it on our doorstep and we're very fortunate and we're very blessed. Now, the people that want to come into this from Palma, there's a special train. There's a train at 6:30.
PM.
Okay. And then you get off the train, you get on a tram, and the tram will take you down to the beach so you can be part of this wonderful performance.
Yeah.
And then when it's finished at 12:15, midnight, the same ticket will give you a bus to go back to Palma.
Oh, nice.
So this is an evening trip on the Saturday. On the Sunday, the same thing, but it starts earlier. So there's a train that leaves for this purpose at 3:00. Now, and so the performance starts at 5, and then they'll bring you back on a bus at 9:00 at night for the price each day of €12. Absolutely fantastic bargain trip.
No way.
€12.
Wow. Where'd you get the tickets?
From the station here in Palma.
Okay.
So you're going.
And that includes the performance.
Oh, the performance is 100% free.
Oh, okay.
So that's not charged for anyone. But the significance is if you were going to take a day trip on the train or any trip on the train, it would cost you double that. So this is fantastic.
I'd love to do it, and I can't do it.
And you can't be there.
Bummer.
Anyway, so we have a few traditions with the Habaneras, and that is usually around burnt rum. So you have to be prepared when they go around on the sand to toast them in the burnt rum, which they will give you.
Like cremat? Or
Yes.
is it like the stuff that's on fire?
Yes, that sort of stuff.
The coffee...
The coffee...
alcoholic stuff
yeah.
that's on fire.
And to start...
Ollie's definitely going.
He's going. And to start the evening, then some of the singers will come in on a boat and they'll be serenading you from the sea, coming into the Repic to take their place in this performance. And so this is all very lovely. And then you'll be shaking your handkerchief because there's just a tradition of you all shake your hanky to the music and all the rest of it. So you've got to get into the swing of it. And then you take your place on the sand, lots of chairs, you can sit on the sand, and many of us might go for a while and go to a local restaurant and listen to it all, and it's all very lovely. But there's one thing that I can't quite understand. I love it, but it doesn't kind of work for me, and I've been asking this question for years. Why does Tomeo Penne, who is one of the leading lights in the Habaneras movement, why does he start every performance with "Islands in the stream,
No way.
Here is what you are, no one in between.
What is
How
he
did
singing
we
that
go
for?"
wrong?" I'm not sure, but it means something. So you expect Dolly Parton or somebody from Gavin and Stacey to come out and start singing. But you must listen, because honestly, I go there just to listen to that.
It's like, this is inappropriate.
This is well, it means something, and I've yet to find out. You know, the Habaneras groups take themselves very seriously.
Oh.
And some of their music is as sad as it sounds, that they're lamenting everything. And others is much more joyous because they're coming back to their roots and they're bringing all their loads of money and they're going to buy a big palace in Sóller and they're going to live happily ever after. We celebrate the Habaneras every year. This is the 13th year.
Okay.
So there you are. You want a big event? We've got a big event.
That's brilliant. How many people will go?
Ooh, I think last year there were something like 10, 8, 9,000. Oh, no, lots of people.
Wow.
No, lots of people.
Get your seat early.
Well, I mean, not, yes. I mean,
No, it's just as well Truey is doing it, otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear it at the back.
well, exactly. You can hear it. You can hear it all over the bay. there's
You can hear it in Deià.
You probably can. There's no complication with their sound system, I can tell you.
Oh,
They're
my
really
goodness.
good. Yeah. So, no, this is big news. Big news.
And I think the train idea is good because it goes like it would be a bit of a ball ache, as it were, to park.
Oh,
up there.
definitely. Go up on the train, and even if you don't even sit on the sand and listen to that music, go around the other side and go to a nice restaurant. You can hear the music wafting across the bay anyway.
Yeah.
So you can make an evening of it, however you want to, whether you take a picnic or whether you eat out or whatever you do.
Bet you Nick Brown doesn't know about this one.
Does he not?
Bet you he doesn't.
Why not?
Well, because this is special insider information.
Well, this is insider information, but I mean, this is not even the tram and train that are kind of municipal. He knows a lot about municipal.
He
doesn't
does.
He? He's a very good man about municipal.
He's very good on your
Very good man.
on your buses and your trains. But he may not know about
He
this
may not
one.
well, yeah. I mean, it's all over Sóller Web at the moment, including the very lovely poster. So you can have a look on there. You'll find out all the information. But I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
SóllerWeb.com.
Yeah.
What else is going on in Sóller Web?
So in Sóller Web itself, what are we doing at the moment? We are what are we developing? Calendar.
Oh yeah,
We've always
an events calendar.
Events calendar.
God, that's a big undertaking.
Well, the events calendar is our Tracy, who looks after our web stuff, and we've always had an events calendar on there of one sort or another. And of late, we are updating it like there's no tomorrow because there's so many things that go on that people miss. But also, we can give you local events, but we're such a hybrid between information that visitors are interested in and information that locals are interested in. So one of the things that we've probably got put up this morning is the fact that you can donate blood in Sóller tomorrow between 6:30 and 9 o'clock.
Have you done it?
No.
You're not going to bother.
Well, we never used to be able to.
Exactly.
But it's really good news.
Ollie and I are going to do it.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do it in August, but he got really like a bad cold. And we decided that we would rebook because we didn't want to give anybody anything.
But
that
any
he
younger
had.
listeners won't know what we're talking about.
True enough.
So we couldn't give blood because of the cow BSE.
Mad cow disease.
So for
if you lived in
years-
the UK between certain years,
Exactly.
you were, even if you were never sick, you weren't allowed to donate blood in Spain, and it's just been
It's
been
the last
changed
year.
this year, I think.
This year, yeah.
And but it's because they have a new screening system, so they can check
whether you've got the bug.
Well, obviously they don't want to
No, of course.
have an HIV moment, do they?
No, absolutely right. No, they've been very, very good about that. But the fact that anyone can now, we don't have to restrict it. So we put the. But my point is really that our calendar will tell you of events and things that are possibly only really of that much interest to very local people. But we need to have some central source of what's going on, so that at the click of a button onto the Sóller web calendar, you can see what's going on today and whatever.
Good luck with that. It's like a
huge undertaking.
Sisyphus, I think, is what I'm going for. The one that pushes the rock up the hill.
It is.
I think it's Sisyphus.
But you see,
classical education for you.
But you know, because of your work, how much all the science about the lead time you have to give people to actually go to an event.
Yeah.
Right. Now, in the church situation, for instance, if we decide to do something next week, we might as well not bother. You've got to give a lead time of 2 to 3 weeks, preferably 3, particularly if you're putting posters out. Most of the posters that we put up for local Sóller events, we're lucky if we get 7 days' notice.
Exactly. That's the way it's done here.
And so that's fine, because they're working on the principle that some kind person has gone round and plastered posters all over the village, so that anyone that's walking by will get to know what's going on. But anyone that's trying to get this information online, it is like, I'm not sure what it's like, really. It's just like forcing alcohol down you when you don't want it. I mean, it's just stupid.
Does the Ayuntamiento not publish stuff on a regular basis?
Oh, they do. No, there is the calendar, which is very poor. And then the church also has a calendar of events, which is probably more efficient, but often things don't happen. So I gave publicity to an organ recital for the church in Sóller, which is very important because we've just had the organ fixed. It hasn't been played for years. And so this organ recital was advertised for a Saturday. One Saturday, I gave it a lot of publicity. People turned up. It was cancelled at the last minute.
No,
and there was no means of getting that information out. And so you think, oh, what we really need is Sóller Radio. But then you think, well, people have got to listen to it. So
yeah.
But maybe we just need an alert system. I think the Sóller events is not like having the UK alert button that they were testing out last week, had they? Alert, concert in Sóller. No, that's not taking it seriously at all, is it, really? But
a WhatsApp group. But you've got a Facebook group.
Yeah,
you can do that.
We've got Facebook, we've got WhatsApp, we've got Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, Instagram. So, you know, we do this, and we're one of a few groups putting a calendar up. And it costs us. This is the thing.
Yeah.
To actually the time is big, but it also costs us financially to get a good package for a calendar.
You mean software?
Software. I'm talking about software.
Gotcha.
Not to use a Google Calendar is just unwieldy.
And ugly.
Ugly. They haven't got it right, but it's free. So people think, well, I can't. This is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is. But we've done more than that. So our calendar is actually very nice. But it costs us money, and we don't get any income from anywhere other than a few clients that have a page with us.
Yeah.
So these things don't come free.
So it's like a labour of love, huh?
Well, I think Sóller Web has been a labour of love because we've never made any money out of it.
You should get some support from the council, I would have thought. Or the tourists board.
I think the problem with getting support for Sóller Web, if they were even interested from the Ayuntamient's point of view, is that this is a site that is in English.
Yeah.
Now, our website is completely translatable, and you can go onto Sóller Web website and you can read everything in Catalan, in Spanish, in French, and in German. You can read it all. But Facebook is very difficult to translate because it's a moving feast. You know, we're writing half a dozen times a day.
But I can, if I wanted to, I could scroll to the bottom of your post and press translate if I was operating in a different language.
Oh, you can, and people do. In fact, I often get berated because the French isn't working. and it's somehow my fault that their French translation on their own
That's
device.
all your fault.
It's my
that
fault.
Facebook isn't
Do
working.
you know I can't read what you said? It just reads as rubbish today. Well, I'm sorry, but maybe it does. But it's not my fault.
Trials and tribulations of
Yes.
being a local website host.
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly. It's fun, isn't it?
But you were telling me before that you have that. We were talking about the church. We were saying that the church is in need of some
Money.
assistance. But was there anything that the listeners can do to support you?
Yes, I mean, I think the Anglican Church in Mallorca has two locations, one in Palma and one in Palencia. And we both serve the needs of English-speaking people from whatever nationality. And we're both functioning on the basis that we are a really broad church, because we can't be quite so Church of England in the either lower or higher end of the Church of England when we're serving such a diverse community that come from other faiths as well. So you're going to have other people coming from other other denominations.
Yeah.
And so therefore we have to tread a particular path with all our friends that come and join us. The church in years gone by used to be buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Huge amount of weddings in Robert Ellis's day, way back.
Bless him.
Bless him. And huge amount of weddings and events, and for the people of the time to join the church when they came here as a second homeowner or as a retiree was very much something one did. These days, this has all changed. Many of the older generation either have moved back or they're no longer with us. And the new generation of incomers are usually much younger, with families, jobs and life, which means they don't have the time to commit to the church.
And they're probably also finding communities in other places. Like, especially if you've got younger children, you're going to find your people at the school gate.
Yes.
You know?
Always. And that's one of our problems as far as Palma's concerned, not Palencia. Palencia's brilliant because you can walk to that church. It's right next door to the Burger King. You can't miss it. When it comes to trying to find the church in Son Almedans, a suburb of Palma, if you just imagine 50 years ago when that church was built, there was nothing around it apart from a few odd mansions.
Really?
And now we're in a street full of new build street from the top there, from the bottom up to the top where Son Deià is.
Yes.
So you got to know how to find us, and it's not always that easy, and the parking can be awful, although there are nearby car parks. But the main principle is what is the reason for the church in Mallorca today. And there are many other churches. When I first came here, the English church or the Anglican church in Mallorca did very well because it's one of the very, very few that had services in English. Well, that's not the case anymore.
Really?
That's not the case anymore because you've got other churches that do, or you've got Catholic churches that will have one of their services on a Sunday in English, or you will have other churches, particularly the South Americans, who will do a simultaneous translation.
Wow.
So you've got anyone can go there.
Yeah.
So this dilutes the number of people that will make the biggest effort to come to the Anglican Church. And having said that, we're doing a great job. You know, all the services of the church are available: the weddings, the funerals, the christenings, the services on the Sunday, the fundraising and kindness community, and we've got a very good priest. And so this work goes on. But we need people to understand that if they want this presence, they have to support it.
Yeah.
And financially, we're not funded by the Diocese of Europe.
Why?
Because they don't. The Diocese of Europe have got churches all over Europe, and the local people have to raise the money to pay their priest and fund themselves.
Gosh.
There's no money coming in. But that in the Anglican Church in the UK, the priest's salaries are pretty well covered, but the local congregations are still doing their bit to raise the money for the fabric of the place to make. So we're not that dissimilar, but we do not. If we can't afford to run, then we close.
Yeah.
And
Is that the situation?
I don't think we're there yet. No, we're not there yet. But we have to make some decisions, and I think for anyone listening to this that's contemplating whether they should support their local Anglican church in Palma, I'd say come and give us a go.
Does the church have an online presence where people can get involved with the community online first to meet people before they go to the church, or is there a way of reaching out?
We've certainly got a good website. We've certainly got good Facebook. So you can certainly learn about us and the church in Palencia from our websites. A lot of the people have a duality, so you'll have people that work in some of the charitable and organisations and the societies that also are church members. So you will, one way or the other, come across a number of church members. But we are coming to the point where our actual working group within the Anglican Church in Palma is probably no more than 20 people.
What would you say, if I asked you, so it's a bit of a devil's advocate question, but what's the relevance of the church in 2025?
God.
And how does that become something that's relevant to people now?
Well, I think the relevance is, in the past, it's a very good question, I have to say. It really is, because this is the argument about the church altogether. That in the past, if you belonged to Rotary or if you belonged to any of the charitable organisations, it was the done thing to belong to the Anglican Church, because you would meet that same people, and it would be said in Mallorca and in a lot of other places in Europe that the reason people joined the church is because they needed to join the social club of the English speakers, and that was one of the social clubs. And in fact, this is one of the biggest one of the biggest questions of today, is the relevance of church as opposed to the relevance of belonging to an English-speaking club, which is called a church. Mm-hmm. So it comes in the end, for my own personal feeling, is that it comes in the end to your faith. Have you faith in God? Are you seeking a God? Do you want to know more? Then are you on that side of the fence where you're going to church because you're looking for God? Or are you on the other side where you're more interested in the after-church activities, the very nice lunches, or the times that you meet, or the times that you work together as a community in a charitable project? Or you might want to join the Mothers' Union and meet other people that are more conscious of women's place in the world and need to support that. So the Mothers' Union, which does exist in the church in Palma, that's their function, to promote family life and support women. So the answer there is, I think the answer comes back to you. What do you want the church to be? Are you looking for God, or are you looking for a social life?
Yeah.
Or maybe you're looking for both.
Maybe so. But I mean, it's definitely something I don't know. It might have slipped off people's kind of radar, if that makes sense. They don't necessarily immediately think, I want to make friends. I've moved to Mallorca. I need to find a community. Oh, I'm going to go to church. That's not necessarily the first thing they're going to think of. They might think of, I'm going to go to a networking group, or I'm going to go to a gym or something like that. So I think from a kind of the church's PR point of view, promoting that as a way to make more friends in who are living in the same place as you might be a good way to promote membership.
I think in the last 30 years things have changed so radically, and one of the things that's changed is the death of Conway Jones and the demise of Centre Stage.
Well, there were two very key elements of the previous kind of incarnation of the church, yeah.
Because the Coleman Hall, which is underneath the main church, was used as the centre. And so any parent or any child that will remember all the years of going to Centre Stage and doing all the 3 or 4 performances a year that used to take place in the auditorium and all the other places, it brought a huge number of families into the orbit of the church. And that's just all
stopped now?
And that's gone, because Centre Stage came to its end as Conway retired and unfortunately recently died. And the Coleman Hall is still busy, and so there's yoga groups, and we have meetings for AA and different things going on there all the
Great.
time. But the dominance of the children's groups and the singing and the music and everything they did around Christmas for the Christmas fair, that's all gone. It's just the end of a particular era. And so therefore, at the moment, on our Christmas fair, then we have the kids from BIC come and sing, and it's lovely, and the parents come back that day, and the place is buzzing with children. And it is reminiscent of the old days, but those days have gone.
Yeah.
And so we have to build with what we've got. And what does what we've got want from the church? Mm-hmm. Because the first thing is, you don't need to come to church, as you say, to create your group. Your group is already there, or you found it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the school gate's a very good example of that.
Well, I hope you guys find new members and you get some support financially. What's the next event that people can go to apart from services? What's the next kind of fundraising event for the church going to be?
Well, we start the programme that will bring us up to Christmas. I think there's a Beetle Drive this weekend.
Oh, I love a Beetle Drive.
A Beetle Drive on Friday.
We used to do Beetle Drives when I was at church and I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
so they're still,
how fun. That's so retro.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So really retro, yeah. So we're going back in time a little bit for that, so that's lovely. And then apart from that, there are certain services that bring people. So you have a Remembrance Day service, which always brings extra people. Then anything to do with Christmas itself, there are events, and we will have our Saturday afternoon sing carols and eat cake afternoon.
Woohoo!
So there's lots of goodwill and loveliness that happens there, but to an increasingly smaller number of people.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
Oh, I hope that you can boost the pews, as it were, with some new people coming in.
I mean, one of the things that is quite interesting is the American interest.
Oh,
so American people that come and live here.
Maybe you'll get some gospel.
Well, exactly. The gospel would be very nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, we've recently done a wedding where the music was a gospel choir, which is great. But there are many American people that come here that church is second nature to them. Yeah. And I think we do get the occasional visitor from that community, and that's growing all the time. Great. But again, the American people that are coming here often are families now, so it's the same for them as all the other families. They will make their friends in their own community because it's easier. Who wants to get in the car every Sunday and drive to wherever?
One of the things I like about Mallorca is that Sunday is pretty sacred.
Yes, it is.
And there aren't shops open on a Sunday, by and large. You won't be able to go down B&Q and completely build out your garden on a Sunday because they're not open, guys. They're not open. So whatever you decide to do on a Sunday, it does tend to be the day off. And some people really get a lot of comfort out of joining together with other people on a Sunday morning or Sunday evening and celebrating their faith together.
But one of the most exciting things that is happening in the faith circles is the Church of the Church of the Estates. Have you heard of the Church of the Estates?
No, I'm worrying now. Exciting in what way?
It is. It's fantastic. It's the churches that are using the industrial estates for their loud worship every Sunday.
Oh, like
absolutely fabulous. No, you'll have the Chinese church there. You will find the Nigerian church. You will find the Hindu temple. And these are all using the spaces in the industrial estate. Here. In industrial estates all over the island.
Oh, fab.
The churches on the industrial estates they're going from strength to strength.
So easier to get to.
Well, easier to get to and park, easier to spend all day there. So you take your lunch and you're meeting all your friends from all different parts of the island. I mean, the Hindu one's great because if I'm coming into my church on the 9 o'clock bus from Sóller, then half the bus is full of my Indian friends who are going to the industrial estate. They're going to get off at San Caseo to go to their church. And then if I'm coming back about 1 or 2 o'clock, So they've had all morning there, and they've met their friends that are running Indian restaurants all over the island.
And they've had some samosas.
And they will have the samosas. Yeah.
Ooh.
So God hasn't left this island. He just doesn't sit with that many of us in the Anglican Church in Palma. But he's all over the place, or he, she, or it.
It. him, them, I don't know. It's a very complicated subject.
Well, it's all to do with faith in the end.
Yes,
It's your,
that's very true.
you know, and people call God all sorts of things. I mean, the universe is telling me X, Y, Z. The universe told me. I really felt this when I was sitting watching the sea.
My gut told me.
My gut told me. You can see that wave there? It kind of was calling me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, God doesn't mind what you call him or her.
Okay. Next time I see you, it will almost be Jesus' birthday.
Well, that's very good, isn't it? We can sing, yeah.
We should get the mince pies in.
We can get the mince pies some nice price. They can donate. Hello.
I'm sure they would, actually.
I'm sure
They're
they
big
would,
supporters of Mallorca.
Yeah.
Over the years, when we
Yeah.
had lockdown, they gave us loads of raffle prizes.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
good
they've certainly
people.
been a part of the community for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, but the church is here, and Sóller Web is here, and at the moment we're still here. Isn't that good?
Yes.
And it's a bit cooler outside. And.
Thank you very much for coming in, Cheryl.
Oh, it's been lovely.
And I shall send Ollie up to Sóller on the 21st of September.
Absolutely,
to
that's
see
it. Habaneras, I'll go.
Habaneras.
Habaneras is go.
Yeah. I'm really jealous I can't go, but I'll send him.
Well, you can always make next year.
Yeah, I'll try to. If it's not the same weekend as Gigi's going somewhere, then I'll be in.
Yeah, it's probably it's around the same sort of
Maybe
time.
she'll be old enough and I'll be used to it enough that I won't need to take her back to
You
the
won't.
UK.
You won't. You'll be there every year. You will. I've just watched this with my own daughter and her children, so yes.
Oh, yeah.
Fly in,
It's rough.
sort them out, send Dad over to go to IKEA quickly before he flies back,
Yeah.
sort something out in the house.
I remember the feeling of relief when she would go back to school, just because it was such a lot. Like a 3-month-long summer holiday was a lot. But this time this 3-month-long summer holiday is not enough.
Because you miss your baby.
I do.
I know. But
Okay, let's stop there because
let's stop there. We'll all cry.
sad.
Take care.
Until next time.
Yeah, bye.
That's all for today's Mallorca Insiders with Shirley from Sóller Web. If you'd like to dive deeper into local life, check out Sóller Web for news, events and stories. And as always, thank you for listening to the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share and join us next time for more Island Insights.